You probably thought I forgot, didn't you? No, I didn't forget. I've just been really sick these past week or two. This month is, as you can read by the title, not just any month. Yes, we're in April midway, but National Autism Awareness Month. The 1st of April is actually National Autism Awareness Day, but it is an entire month dedicated. I have autism myself. Some of you don't even know I have autism, which is bizarre. I find it crazy that some of you don't even know of the fact that I have autism. It's something that I don't openly really discuss a lot because I feel like that shouldn't be my character. Like, oh, I have autism. Because imagine if I say that in every video or very frequent, it will get annoying really quickly. Before we start off and even get into this video any deeper further wise, let me know in the comments down below, do you have autism? And if so, what type of autism do you have? I'm just really curious to see. It's funny because people often say like, huh, you have autism? But you seem so normal. I said, oh, well, it's compliment. Thank you. I suppose. No, but it doesn't seem like I have autism. But man, if you got to know me in real life and you'd see me in real life, yeah, it's very clear that I am a bit dysfunctional, to say the least. So I have autism, and I have it since I was born, pretty much. You get born with it, man. It's not something you just coincidentally get when waking up one day. Oh, fuck, I got autism. Nah, it's a genetic thing as well. Some say, some don't say. And it's often inherited by a male, believe it or not. Yes, autism is majority of the time inherited by male. So, who can I thank for my autism? No one else than my father. Yes, and it is so clear that that motherfucker has autism. And you see, this is the funny thing. He has never tested himself for autism, right? He refuses to. I don't understand why. Because in his words, he says, I know I have autism. I probably have it, but I'm not getting myself tested for it. I'm like, you don't need to get tested, pa. You have it. I have it. You have it. Your father probably had it as well, or has it. Maybe. I don't know. I actually never thought of that possibility. That my father, his father, might have autism. That possibility could be there, but I guess we'll never know. Okay, so what's this entire month for? Well, it's to ring and raise awareness for those that aren't familiar or know what autism is. And you've got a lot of different forms of autisms. You have the ADHD, you have the ADD, the OCD, just the classic autism as well, and the regular autism, bro. You've got Asperger and all these other things that add on, and you get a whole package. Now, I got the whole fucking package. All right, I've got Asperger, I've got OCD, I got ODD, I got ADHD, I got ADD. I got the whole the whole package. You could pretty much say I unlocked every special ability, and that formed into autism. And growing up as a kid, it was man, it was yeah, it wasn't easy. No, it wasn't easy because I was always, in my eyes, in my world, I was always misunderstood by people. I was laughed upon, frowned upon, and as a young kid, I never knew how to control my emotions, and it fucked a lot with me, mentally and also social wise. I was always the kid that always got left out the class, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I know it may seem weird, but yeah, I was always that kid that was always left behind, pretty much, left out of it all, because I was always different, and that ain't easy, man. And now it sucks as well because I'm also just a kid like the rest. And what frustrated me the most as a kid was the fact that people didn't understand me, and it upset me often, man. It's an understatement. It used to piss me off. Like, I would not necessarily be angry, but I'd be very disappointed because I would explain something multiple times and they still wouldn't fucking get what I meant, my teachers at that time. Yet, I also admit, I think my teachers also weren't capable of having an autistic child in the class. And eventually I got tested, right? Because I was showing a lot of signs of potential autism, the non-stop, what do I say? The non-stop moving. I had tics as a kid, as a young kid. Tics, man. Yeah, what can I say about having tics, bro? I actually have a tic till this day, but it's actually a good one. When I get really excited, I do that with my fingers together. My friend, she called me out on it one time. I'm like, fuck, it's so embarrassing. She knows my tic. When I get really, really excited, like when I edit a video, for instance, I do that. It's something I've always had, but I've had tics in the past way worse, and I'm lucky I don't have them no more. So this is one of those tics that I'm really proud of because it's my favorite tic. But I used to have that. I used to twitch my face. No, it was bad, bro. The tics I had as a kid, but yeah, as a kid, man, I used to always think I'm weird. I used to think and believe that what I had was a disease because I was so different than the rest. And I used to have to go to the psychiatrist for my behavior, for my upbringing, because it was very tough for my parents. It was everything except easy. Still to this day, I sometimes wonder how the fuck did they still cope with me. Like, bro, how did they just accept it as parents? You see, I think if you're a parent, you get used to it, and if you don't have a child with autism, it's a very different story. Because, as a kid, like I said, I used to think it was a disease. I used to think, oh man, I'll never be normal. But ask yourself the question, what is being normal like? Does that even exist? I've often thought as a kid, what is life like without autism? And honestly, I really wish sometimes I could just have one day and not have it because it's constant chaos in my head. Even at this moment, the only time that I am ever at peace is when I'm in my bed and I'm listening to music. But there is no peace inside of me. It's always pure chaos. I speak for myself, but the things that I'm really bad at is remembering things. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily got to do anything with my autism, but man, I've always, as a kid, and even now, a grown up, I forget things very quickly. I get sidetracked very quickly. When it comes to emotional base, I'm not very good with that. I don't do good with people crying because I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I'll either laugh at the moment when someone's being serious, like, oh, someone I know passed away, because it's not because I'm laughing at the fact that, oh, someone's dead. It's because of the fact that it's a very awkward moment for me and I don't know how to interact with that moment. So, not out of disrespect, but I start laughing. Even I know, see, like now, I laugh because it's like, fuck, bro. It's an awkward situation. And people that don't know me personally, especially in the beginning, they feel personally attacked. And I have to explain to them, I say, listen, on an emotional scale, I don't know how to deal with it. It's either that I'll laugh at that moment, I'll comfort you, or I'm just gonna stand there awkwardly knowing what the fuck am I supposed to do. Because that's the thing as well. I can't read people's emotions. I'm very bad with it. So when someone's mad or crying, I'm like, do I approach them? Do I comfort them? Do I leave them alone? What do I do? So when it comes to that, yeah, it's very difficult. And when it comes to, building up friends, I find that difficult as well. And that's not necessarily just only because of the fact I have autism, but I just don't fuck with people in general. So that's a whole different ass story. I don't like people. Fuck y'all. Really? That's the truth. People, they piss me off, bro, in general. And this is something that I have to tell my friends as well. Because, yeah, I live in Zeeland. I've been living there for 3 years nearly. I have made friends, cool, genuine people, right? They sometimes don't understand, like, why don't we see each other more often? We literally live around the corner. And it's like, it ain't a personal thing, bro. It's just, I have my moments that I just want to be completely left alone. I got other things to do. I got other shit on my mind. It ain't a personal thing. And that's because, yeah, they're my friends, but they don't know me that personally so well. And I also, in real life, I don't open myself up to others in general. So it often has, often miscommunication as well. I had that with Ida in the beginning because of the fact that I didn't open myself up to her as a friend because in my eyes, I needed to protect myself. And in some cases, you should open up about yourself more. And that's what I eventually did do with Ida. Like, Ida, it's a whole different story. You've seen her in my videos. She's fucking dope. She's a great person. But even she sometimes doesn't understand me. And that's totally fine. Because I don't understand her neither sometimes. But you know what? That's why we're friends. She doesn't have autism. And just like everyone else, if you don't have autism, you have no clue what it's like living with it. It fucking sucks. It really does sometimes. It really does. Because like I said, it's pure chaos in my head 24/7. There's not one thing that I get sidetracked so quickly, man. Crowded places in public. I hate it. I don't feel comfortable having so many people around me. Then the thing that I used to have as a kid growing up was people touching me. And still to this day, it pisses me off when people do touch me that don't know me. It infuriates me. But I have to remember, like, whoa. I'm 22 years of age. I can't just burst out in fucking public and say, don't touch me. I ain't 12 no more. Back then it was a whole different story. I was underdeveloped, but I'm 22 now. Can't be knocking people out, man. Because that's, like, let's be honest. We all sometimes have this thing like, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. But then you shoot back to reality, and it's like, if I punch this dude for no reason, that's assault and I go to prison. Let's not do that. You know what I mean? But no, when people that I don't know, like when I say touch, the whole head, ooh, it just makes you, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like it. But again, don't look at it as personal, you know. But, you know, happy National Autism Awareness Month. But, you know, every day is an obstacle. Every day it's a challenge, man. And like I said, you know, I feel bad for my parents the most as a kid. I brought them so much shit, and I look back and it's like, man, if only I knew at that moment how terrible I was as a child, how annoying I was, really. Because that's the truth. I was a fucking pain in the ass, bro. Can't be denying it, but my parents were there for me at the end of the day, and they still are. And that's amazing, because you have a lot of people that don't have that type of support in life. Now, there are also kids in this world that have extreme cases of autism. A perfect example of I guess, well known, I don't know, Darius. You know, he stims. Stimming is a part of communicating for those that aren't verbally active in talking. I've had people like that at school. I've seen people in public that stim, you know, this and that. It's a way of communication, but often stimming is also for a person with autism, it's relaxing for them. I know it sounds weird maybe, but like drawing for me personally as a kid was the only moment I could ever not have chaos in my head. And still sometimes, I mean, okay, I'll be lying to you right now if I said that I draw. If it's too chaotic for me, I just light up a blunt and just smoke a blunt. Yeah, that's my way of relaxing. That's a nice way. But no, like he for instance, you feel bad for him because at the end of the day, he's an adult, I assume right now, or a kid or adult. I don't want to misinform you, but a dude like him will never be able to fully be independent. So what I mean saying is, he will never be able to live on his own because he cannot take care of himself. And when I look at that, it's like, man, I'm really fucking fortunate that I can even take care of myself. The fact that I'm even able to drive a car, the fact that I got to own a house, the fact that, you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of people in my situation, the same situation like me, they have autism, but they've got it more developed. Or worse, you can say. I don't like to say worse, but yeah, when you look at it from a human psychology view, they have it worse. Because having that type of autism, nobody wants that. I didn't ask to have autism, neither did he. And in his way, he can't ever take care of himself. And it's also very unfortunate for the parents because, you know, every parent wants to see their kid be successful in their life on their own, live on their own, have their own crib, this and that, you know. But in some cases, like him, for instance, that's never going to happen. But that's also a lot of respect to his parents. Because if you think that is an easy job, it's not. It takes a mother and a father like that to take care of a child like that. That's a lot of work, and I have only respect for that. So when I look at myself, it's like, you know what? I could have it worse. I could not be independent and do fuck all every day. But I'm very fortunate enough that I am able to do these things that I'm doing, just like any other regular type of person. Well, that's enough sobbering and chit chatting about me. At the end of the day, I've accepted the fact that I've got autism, and there's nothing that I can change and nothing that's going to change about it. I used to take medicine as a kid, but I don't use medication since a couple of years because, well, I don't know about you, but the medication that I used at the time was actually stopping my growth, so I wasn't growing. I never ate, and it didn't do me favors, man. So eventually I tried using no medication. Yeah, that didn't work at a young age. So I was like, alright, when I'm 16, 17, I'll try it without. It's a different story, and I'm glad I don't use those fucking drugs no more, bro. Like, I depended on them every day. Every motherfucking day I depended on these drugs. And they were bad for me, bro. Couldn't sleep, didn't eat, didn't grow. My hormones got blocked. Couldn't grow because of it. And as soon as I stopped it, I started fucking eating like a maniac. I started sleeping better. I started growing better and faster. So yeah, I'm glad I don't use medication anymore because, no, it's horrible, bro. I wasn't myself. And it's still bizarre to think of the fact that it's been years since I've had a form of medication. I'm never going back. No, I'm never going back to that stuff, bro. I'm medication free. This is who I am. And not everyone accepts me for who I am, and that's totally fine. I don't like you neither. It's simple as that. No, but like all jokes aside, you just have to live with it, man. I mean, if the only way I can describe having autism is it's pure chaos, man. It's nothing else. It's pure chaos for me. But it's not always a negative thing necessarily. Often creative things come out of my mind as well. Matter of fact, most people that have invented genius things got autism. Did you know that? Did you search it up? Albert Einstein had autism. But anyways, besides that, hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy Awareness Month. Couldn't forget it. Not gonna forget it. Hey, till next time. Peace out.